wasn't expecting this from Adidas. Today we've got the Adidas Adifom Superstar, and to be honest with you, I have many mixed feelings about this shoe, if we can even call it a shoe. So Adidas are definitely turning heads this year. Whether you like the shoe, whether you don't, I do think it's something that a lot of people are interested in to find out exactly what is this. Obviously in the past years we have seen the expansion of kind of slip-on shoes like mules, slides, and of course the foam runners, and I feel like Adidas are trying to, you know, put their foot in as well, and I think that is what we are seeing here. So this is obviously going off the design of an Adidas original Superstar, and I can't lie to you, out of all the Adidas shoes, the Superstar I feel like is such a good classic. One of my first pairs of Adidas shoes was a Superstar, and I feel like if they were going to do this to any shoe, then it's rightly so that it should be the Superstar. The Superstar actual trainer as well is quite minimalistic, so it ties in perfectly. They have brought out two colorways, so we have this, the white and black, and we also have an inverted black and white as well. Even again with Superstar actual trainers, I've always preferred the white and black. I always think it just gives off such a cleaner look. These recently dropped in the UK and retailed at £70, about $75–80. Now the price for me is quite questionable when I look at the shoe, but at the same time, if someone gave me a pair of foam runners which are kind of the same price, hands down I would not think twice about paying for them. But when I look at these for £70, I'm trying to just gauge why they are worth £70. I guess because they're going with that shoe vibe, they can justify this amount, but you guys can make your own decision whether you think these are worth £70. Also to note, these do come in your standard original Adidas box, but this box is absolutely huge. Now let's get into the further details of the Adifom Superstar. So first of all, we're going to speak about the construction of this shoe. So we have a one-piece foam on the whole entire shoe. It isn't made up of different pieces, and instantly, soon as you pick it up, you can feel that you are not getting some luxurious Yeezy foam rubber material. We do also have to bear in mind though, this foam construction is partly made from sugarcane, which kind of stems from Adidas sustainability policy. There's really not a lot going on in the upper, but of course we have the three stripes. Without these, it would literally look like a shoe that you picked up from Poundland. So these three stripes are essential to let everybody know that of course this is Adidas. If we turn around to the back of the shoe, you will notice that we do have this kind of strange heel tab. It's literally like someone has got a paintbrush and some black paint and painted it on, but we do have the Adidas logo on there as well, kind of engraved into the rubber. Also on the upper of the shoe, we do have two air vents, which I found extremely interesting. I guess for me, it depends what you kind of use this shoe as. If you are using it as a foam runner, then definitely these air vents are not enough, especially if you are barefooted in the summer. This is something that I would not want to be wearing in the summer with these two little air vents. When you can kind of compare it to the foam runner, how many holes, etc., ventilation that's got in that compared to this. However, if you are wearing this as a shoe, perhaps maybe in the colder months with a pair of socks and you're literally just treating it as a shoe, I feel like, you know, the air vents aren't that bad. Now, one thing that maybe saves this shoe from looking like a cheap replica is the grooves. I am a big fan of the grooves, and I feel like they are definitely needed in this shoe to make them kind of stand out. So as you can see, we've got grooves at the back near the heel tab, and one of the most important features I think is on the kind of, it's not even a toe ball, but towards the front of the shoe we also have these ridges and grooves as well, exactly like the front of a Superstar trainer. I definitely think that this gives the shoe more kind of character. Whilst I do like it, at the same time the front of the shoe is so much bigger than towards the back of the shoe. I feel like the proportion is a bit crazy, and it's kind of giving off that clowny kind of vibe. If we take a look towards the bottom of the shoe, as I said, this is a one-piece foam, but we do have this lining here, and I think this is supposed to kind of, you know, represent that shoe kind of vibe, as if there is a midsole there, when in fact it isn't. It's just a piece of lining to make it look like that. Then if we take a look towards the bottom of the shoe, we do have some tread and some grip, which is obviously essential when you're wearing a rubber shoe. One major difference with this, especially if you're comparing it to a foam runner, is that they do give you an insole, and this is in fact an Ortholite insole as well, so it is supposed to be bringing you that comfort. I definitely think this is a standout feature because this is more along the kind of shoe vibes than a, you know, a slide or a foam runner. Sizing wise for these, I went for a true to size 7, and I should have known better because no matter what Adidas shoe, slide, whatever I get, they always come up small, so I should have gone for a 7.5. These do fit, but they are extremely tight. After trying them on, it has confirmed that these are definitely not for me. The comfortability is not there whatsoever. I feel like the insole doesn't make a difference. One of the things that I really didn't like is when I put my foot in, even when wearing socks, the rubber material is still rubbing on my ankle, which I really didn't like. Obviously, I have said that they are a bit tight for me, so maybe that is the reason why, but I still feel like at the same time, even if I had more room, the comfortability of this rubber rubbing into my ankle is just not the one. Saying that though, I do definitely think over time, I've had some Adilette slides before that kind of give off the similar vibe, and over time they become the most comfortable things ever. So I feel like after wearing them in for a while, I do feel like maybe these will get really comfortable, but I won't be keeping these long enough to find out. Another major thing for me is how they look on feet. For me, I definitely think this is one of those shoes that looks better in hand. When I see them in hand, I think they look quite cool, but when you put them on foot, you realize how big the toe box area is. It really kind of dominates the whole shoe. I think from side they look really good, but especially if you're looking up from down upwards, they just look like clown's feet, and they make your foot look huge. Looking at them from the front on as well is quite overwhelming. You literally just can't see anything other than this huge chunkiness. I guess that kind of brings me on to where I would wear these. It would be really interesting to see as well what purpose these serve for other people. For me, I see these as more of an outdoor kind of shoe, an outdoor slipper, I guess. And definitely for me, these aren't kind of a summer shoe. This isn't something I would want to put my bare foot in. I would definitely want to wear socks with this. I would kind of wear it around the house, in the garden, if I was popping to the shops. But when I am looking for a shoe or a slide to do all those things in, I want something that's easily accessible to put my foot in and out. And because this is quite stiff and quite tight here, this isn't the shoe to do that. This isn't something for me that you can literally just easily slip your foot in. Here in the UK, these are actually sold out on Adidas, so I actually had to pick them up from ASOS, which does prove that they are popular. I would like to know, you know, the purpose of people purchasing these. I don't know if people just, you know, are intrigued by this new design and they want to see them in hand to make a decision for themselves, or they, you know, they're actually vibing with it and they want a new shoe, they want a new slide, they want something different. Regardless of whether I'm vibing with these or not, I was excited when these came out because I'm excited at, you know, new designs, and that is something, you know, I do appreciate that Adidas have brought to us. I do think they are futuristic. Who knows, maybe in the future we may be seeing something more like this, but maybe a little bit refined. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Also, if you have picked up a pair of these or you are looking to pick up a pair of these, what kind of purpose are they going to be used for? I'm very, very interested to know. If you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed to stay updated with all my latest videos, and I'll see you guys in my next video.